News from Degausser Video, a kind of sub-label of Vinegar Syndrome that I'm on the fence about, is The Ripper from 1985. I was interested in this because it's got Tom Savini's name on it. I quite like Jack the Ripper stories, and sometimes I just like to give shot and video films a chance, see what they're all about. This one, the quality isn't great. They've done the best that they can with it, but I really was enamoured by the tale and the idea of the tale. Now, it's something that speaks to me being a film fan, because we have students at a college university who are studying this new programme of crime and how it's portrayed within film. Great, you've got me hooked. Fantastic, let's dive into this kind of weird tale.
It's the old question of art imitating life and life imitating art. Take a good look at that later on.
We've got our teacher who happens to go to a kind of second-hand store, sees this weird ring, suddenly puts two and two together and realises this is very similar to the ring that Jack the Ripper left at a crime scene or something like that. And he puts it on, and wouldn't you believe it, the murders start to happen once more. People are being brutally destroyed, well, every 5 to 10 minutes in this one. It feels low budget. It feels as if there's minimal casts, minimal sets, but they use the best of what they can, and they really kind of go for it. And I appreciate that level of can-do that this movie has, and how they try to shoehorn in their kind of love for films and create a kind of supernatural slasher movie at the same time. Now, I'm not 100% buying certain elements of it, particularly Tom Savini as the Ripper. He is good. If it's him being the sort of flashes that we get early on, when we get to a kind of monologue later on, you're like, phew, yeah, acting not the forte that you're best for, and this is a bit of a weird performance. It's a bit of a loquacious and, yeah, not very good Ripper, where you're just like, you should be doing what you're doing, not be like a megalomaniacal villain and explaining everything to the heroine of the film.
You are the only thing that stands between me and permanent release from the void that has been my prison.
For the most part, it was the mystery that kept it going for me. I was really curious about who the Ripper was, what was going on. Had the ring just brought back this ghost of the Ripper? Was it transforming the teacher? Was there something else going on? Were all these students who are fascinating in horror movies living out their fantasy and doing something weird and unusual at night? And that's what I really kind of liked about this one. It's a rough film. It's rough around the edges. It's got some good extras on the disc. There's a great interview with Tom Savini where he just goes on about how fantastic the film is.
The Ripper is a huge piece of shit.
As a Jack the Ripper movie, it kind of takes the main points of Jack the Ripper, and although it tries to do some Victorian style scenes at certain points, they're fine for what they are. It kind of transposes a lot of that action into modern day. I liked some of the characters. I liked some of the situations. I liked the conceit of this, and the setup for the most part was pretty fun. It's rough. It's rough around the edges, not just visually, but the storytelling. And some of the things I like are particularly rough as well. And it's a movie that was a good watch. I'm glad to have seen it. I enjoyed it. I could even see myself maybe going back at some point and checking it out. Is it for everyone? No, not at all. I've managed to miss out on a lot of the Degausser video stuff because it just wasn't for me. I would be interested in your thoughts of The Ripper if you've seen it. So let me know in the comment box below whether you love this one, whether you hate it, fall somewhere in the middle. I'd love to know your opinion. As always, there is more content up here where you can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always, in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.